Looking for a new fun fold? This was a new one to me. I actually was browsing through Half Price Books, which we do regularly, and I saw a book. It was in centimeters, but it had this cute little card. And I thought, I've never made that card, so let's make it today. And it's really simple. But first,
it's going to be in centimeters.
yeah, right. But first, just a couple quick announcements. The next 2 days, you get double rewards. So that's tomorrow and Saturday. So Stampin' Up! Has the new ordering system. So you want to make sure you have an account set up, and up at the right by your name, you want to opt into rewards. I ran into this with somebody who was placing an order and didn't get the rewards. So message us if you have any trouble finding that, because you want to make sure you get in. But getting double the rewards is getting another 20% on your order. That 20% you get to use in the new catalog with the new order. So, and once again, my recommendation, I think, to buy is anything on the closing out list that's disappearing, but also cardstock, because it is going up in price. So you can still get it at this. I think this is the third time I've said that and it's probably the third time I'm putting an order in, because I keep thinking, oh yeah, I could use more of this, this, and this. So anyway, just pretty fun, but we're so glad to have you guys here. So anyway, just make sure you let us know, because we want to make sure you get to rewards under the new system. And our free stamp set today is brought to you by Barbara Suits. And perfect, because we've had a lot of windy weather later, but it's also spring and it's time for kite delight, for kites and thinking about them. Wishes for a carefree day, don't we all? Another year flies by, happy birthday, and your friendship is so uplifting. All of those are just really fun words to use. So that will be fun. And yeah, so brand new, unused set.
Isn't March the windy month?
Yeah, but it's been windy here too. So
yeah.
We'll take anything. And I love seeing people flying kites when you go by a field. And I know a lot of places have kite festivals. We hit one in Jackson, Minnesota, our hometown. We just happened to be there for something else and didn't even know they had one. And that was so fun to go to. And I think probably a bunch of you, do a bunch of you go to kite festivals or have them in the neighborhood? I also love seeing them when we're on the beach and you just see people running along with the kites. So it evokes a lot of fun. We're not kite flyers. It's something we've tried a few times and we were never that successful, but you look at those just kind of amazing kites, which is pretty cool. So anyway, a big thank you to Barbara for that. And all you need to do to be in the drawing is I need to see your name. So you can share the video or you can comment. So, and then you're in. And I think that's it. Oh, it's a beautiful day here. So I'm going to go for a nice walk after this. I always have to get ready on this. So what's interesting about these cards.
Am I going with?
Mm-hmm, you're invited.
I'm invited.
I didn't say I was going on a speed walk. So you're invited. So
we
walk at 2 different paces.
I'm a subservient man that walks 10 paces behind my wife.
Okay, I think this is so much fun, but we're going to make another one out of this paper. But I wanted to start first with just how simple. Sometimes you just want a really simple card, and I love this. This is You Deserve the Best. This is new paper. The new catalog starts on, is it Tuesday? Is that the 6th? I have to think of the dates. So that's why there's closing out the year with this fabulous special. Also, with the new catalog, there's an amazing deal on the starter kit. So I'll tell you about that in another video, but just pay attention before you order. But anyway, I think this paper is just stunning. We're going to make a couple more like this that just show the scenery. I left it totally unadorned except for these little gems with it. So, and the other thing I just wanted to say is sometimes when I first made this, I put it out and I asked him, do you like this? And I thought I was a little concerned that it might not stay put. The secret is good creases. I'm not always best at creases. The other thing if I were going to put this on the fireplace and keep it for months, I might stick a little glue dot right there and just hold it, just so I don't think about it if it gets knocked around, if that makes sense. And this is a little smaller size. It's a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I love to give a little different size card because it's a surprise. You'd still put it in a regular envelope. It fit in the regular card envelopes, but it's just, I think it kind of makes a statement when you do something that's a little bit different. Okay, so let's start with these. Here is your pattern. all we need. This is just done with one sheet of paper, and then we're going to decorate. So I just love, especially on Thursdays like this, to just do really quick, simple folds. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to score, and I always suggest, oh, the kites on frozen lakes. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, yes. I forget about that too, and that's beautiful. So fun. Okay.
Is that called ice?
Yeah, yes, it would be. Okay, I'm going to score it. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. This is half a sheet of cardstock the long way. If you're on my mailing list, you get the supplies lists ahead of time.
Because you wouldn't go very far doing
No,
this one.
no. And then we're going to score at 4, 8, 9,
No, it's
and
4,
9
8.
and 3/4.
Who do we appreciate?
Yeah, could do that too. I'm going to make 2 of these basically the same. So let's do a second one too here. And then we'll still score it again later. Sometimes I know some people like to watch first if you have your paper out and then do it with me the second time, because we always make cards a couple of times, or
4,
do it with me. But I also
8.
Good.
Who do we?
9 and
Appreciate.
3/4. Now, if you took some cardstock or even just some plain paper you don't care about, see, this would be perfect just to do this. This could even be copy paper and make your original thing. Then you have your pattern and you can write any instructions on it. So I always think that's a good idea to do for your mock-up, to just put away and, start with things you just don't care about. Okay, and then we are going to fold.
And bone folder.
Yep.
Good.
And you
bone.
can see it's going to fold like this and then like this. So this 1 inch here, I'm going to show this. You see this 1 inch is the base. So here's the triangle that I'm after. And then this just flips down. And what's fun about it flipping down like this, it's not in half. You'll see that smaller part, because then when it sits, you have this kind of comes out more forward like that.
Nice
So you're
angle.
at a nice angle and you're looking at, so you see the words. So I just think that's pretty fun about this. So yes, now that I did that, Jean says can't get any easier. She can't wait to try that. So perfect. Connie is not watching from home, but visiting kids at Bowling Joint Military Base in DC. Oh, that's exciting. And then we're going to do this. And this. Tomorrow, for those of you next Tuesday for all of you, I think that's New Catalog Day. It's also the day of our All Good Cards Club. And in there, we often and we're doing that this time, taking one fun fold, and then we just play with it and do all kinds of other things to show how things are related. I just love doing deep dives on ideas, because, once you come up with something, then you think, what else can I do with this? I think that just helps us to start thinking creatively. Okay, then these other 2 pieces are, well, here, this would be the one on this. We'll go with it. Are just a 1/4 inch down from here. So this piece is 4 by 3 3/4. Let's see, we've just made it like this. And then this one is a 1/4 inch down from that. So 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, I'll put these on the next card and we'll quickly assemble this. And I did find I came back several times and just really worked on the creases, but we're just going to quickly do that. But no, give yourself time to do that. Oh dear, did I forget to bring
your snail?
My snail. I do not have my snail here. So okay,
Karen.
we will.
Tim, you go find it, please.
Yeah, go see if you can find it. And meanwhile, I'll use this. But if you can find it, we will go much faster. I'm quite sure. Let me see. I got to make sure this is not plugged up. I guess it'll be okay. It's coming.
See, Karen, I have my own snail on my table.
Oh, maybe
maybe
you took mine. Okay, I'm really trying to learn to like
Tim.
Yes,
because he keeps stealing.
Like
stuff
to
from
learn to use the glue. So one of these days you'll see me do it. So okay. So,
but some of Karen's stuff is really handy. I like it.
But I thought, isn't this fun? Because now we're just going to assemble this. I'm going to put this on here. This on here, and this is 1 inch. I guess I didn't say that. This is just 1 inch by 3 3/4. So when I was cutting my paper, like this paper, this is a 6 by 6. I just cut where I wanted the center point to be. And then I cut this way. I guess I could have shown that. And then I just cut off another extra little piece of it for the bottom. So it's all from one little piece like that.
Through a lot of
There's
paper,
my card. You know
a
how,
lot of paper wasted because you have to go into the middle and
well, on these, I'll use the others for strips on the other, but
Oh,
for these,
okay.
I wanted to catch. I don't
Yeah.
mind using it because I really wanted to catch the part
the
I wanted.
scenery.
Now this could go up, be popped up, or today I'm just putting it on. We are going quick and easy there. This time I did, let's keep in touch. Look how cute that is. And then I can add little, I think we
That's-
want to add
that's
those, right?
it.
I know, so I just said really
That is
quick.
easy.
And we will put, let's see, I'm going to put these over on this side this time because there's just more space there. Well, I don't know. I guess it could be either. I think it's totally irrelevant where you put it. But anyway, we'll add that. Then I'm going to do a second one just like it, but a different scene to show just how easy this would be to just whip up a lot of things. And then we'll get into some of the others. These do look like photographs, don't they? This whole paper set reminds me of the photos my parents had in their home. What was above the sofa, you know, that era. So does anyone relate to that? So anyway, there will be all pictures on this and the project sheet that you can cut out. So for the next one, same thing here.
And it kind of looks like farms in Norway.
It would be a perfect little card to send like to
Yeah.
Norway or even someone going away to a cabin, you
Mhm.
know, but it's also one of those things like, yeah, I'd like to be here. So this is a score. And I think it's easier to just think in terms of building the card. So here's my tent. And then here's the base to put it on. So here's my tent and here's the base. See the tent? And then the top one just goes down. Now I'm actually thinking, did I go this far down on the others? Yeah, I did. I can't remember. I don't remember from time to time. There's always room for variations. So it never really matters.
Nope.
And then I have my same.
No.
Oh, you work on that. That's a good part for you.
All right.
Okay. Then this is the picture I took. I thought, isn't that fun? And this time the bottom part, that's the flip side. I took more of the sky instead of, I could have gone either way because this is just a little strip when I cut the whole part down. So these will be my same two pieces. Well, this is how we can work together, Tim.
Yes.
Give you the part you love to do. We'll put this on. And this. And this. Can you back up the camera a little? Oh, thank you. Always tell us that and then repeat it if I don't see it. Sometimes comments go by so fast. Is this better? Oh, because they want to see what you're doing.
Oh.
So now I also find once you put the cover on, it helps weight to that front. See, this is like this, but this will help weight the front. So if it doesn't stand straight, Tim, I think you just add layers. That's going to be my tip.
Yes.
Just, layers and layers. No.
Yes.
And then we're going to put this on. Oh, I want to do the right side because I want that. And that.
Mhm.
Now, this could be a little bit wider. It could also be layered like this one. Keep that in mind. What I like to do for my project sheets and for showing things is just do the simplest. I left it this width because that's what I cut that paper. So now I can just take a little off the top or bottom, if that makes sense. But know that you can step things up. You can improve things. I love, my favorite thing is to see people take an idea and run with it. So I love providing the idea and then I love seeing what you do with it. And so this, of course, is the weekly challenge. We have a drawing amongst participants every week over in the back porch stampers.
I don't know if I'm going to get this name right, but Courier and Ives.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Are these I don't even know, but you're right. That's what it looks like.
And I don't know if that's two different people or.
I think they were two people that did all. Does
Yeah.
anyone know? Someone might know. Someone might Google it, and otherwise Tim might later. Nah, I doubt it. Because if he does, then he's going to bring it to me to read. So.
That's right.
Now, cards don't get simpler, and I think these are, and so all of these, I just wanted to show these side by side, they're all from that same paper pack, and I just think they're so lovely, the set you could do like this.
Man. And if you if you said vote on your favorite, I don't know if I could.
Debbie says, I love this kind of DSP, but I have a hard time wanting to use it. I'm going to do this, though. I'm going to get adventurous. Sandy said, this one looks like a picture she remembers at her grandparents. Yes. And so for me, I'm saying parents. For a lot of you, it may be grandparents or great-grandparents. I just love it. But this whole style is also coming back. And I just know walking through thrift stores over the years, there's been just lots of paintings like this. So it's just so fun. I think it's just kind of a very reminiscing card. And I think giving a card like this to anyone who is, older is kind of just very reminiscing too. Now, if I took this to someone like in a nursing home, I would, if I were living in person, I would make it stapled on here. And this is how I do it. I would just squeeze a little. Ooh, Dad, I better have those. Just because things get knocked around and, it's a little easier when I do stuff. So see, I haven't even done this yet, but I was just going to try it. I was going to, let's see, here's my base. So I was going to put it right. See how I just squeezed that and put it right there. And then I'm going to close this up and put that right in there. Well, maybe that doesn't work. I thought about doing probably needs something that with so much
Maybe something bigger.
Well, I'm also thinking not sweaty hands because I roll that and I'm a little warm. So let's try that. Otherwise, I'm going to leave you on your own to figure. Oh, see, perfect. And then we'll fold that up. But cute. So just if you see, like, you can knock this around and it's not going to fall over. That's the only reason. I wouldn't care about it for any other reason. And most people aren't going to have it on display forever. But I just think it stands out because it's just unusual.
Could you bone fold it enough to make it stand? Or?
Yeah, I think the more you press it, the higher it's going to stand. I'm just saying if you're in a place where they easily move things around, that's what I'm thinking. If you want it on display, I just know at my mom's, we're always rearranging cards and trying to make them sturdy because, things get changed.
Responded about
okay. Haven't heard that by Diane says beautiful paper does bring back memories of grandma's house. Yeah, isn't that it's like a grandma house paper. that is great. Okay, so now we're gonna update it. I kind of think and make it just as cute because I think these turtles are just adorable. So
which generation had turtles playing banjos?
So this time in this turtle paper, we're going to build our picture first because we're just going to talk about this. In this turtle paper, there are these scenes. One of the things I think could be fun if you do make cards with kids is to pull out the scenes, let them add whatever they want, to it and just have fun with it. I cut them down to put the scenes on here. And so you could cut them down to be a regular size or they're big. So you could do an oversized card, which is actually what I would do with kids if I were helping them make a card for their parents or aunt or somebody. I'd do an oversized card for them so they'd have more room to add turtles, which I think is really fun.
How about an uncle?
Or an uncle, absolutely. So we're going to do, I'm just going to lay this like this so we can look at because we're going to build this. So I decided to take the beach scene.
Ooh.
Put that down. So we have a garden scene and we have our musician. And now we're going to, I think there are 4 of these scenes. It'd be fun to do all 4 cards like this and then put them on the thing if I were. Oh, and you're going to notice I cut this by mistake smaller. And you can't stretch paper. So I could have added another layer. And that would have been totally fine. But I also decided it's okay to see a bigger rim. So you're going to see that difference. Mm-hmm. So, and it just kind of emphasizes the yellow. But just know that wasn't even part of the plan, but it really, really never matters. How do you fold it for mailing? Good question. It folds flat. I would, I'd fold it with this on the outside. I guess I'd fold it just like this. And then when you open it, it becomes pretty easy because you're going to put that down. So it becomes pretty easy to naturally fold it. If that makes sense. Yeah. So it's just looks like a square card when you open it. So a good idea. So then I want to do the spa day because I just think that's so cute. This is going to be the, and I was thinking about.
That is not me. That is Karen.
Oh, yes, that is me. Except I wouldn't be bringing my own drink to my. You would be bringing the thing, yes. And I would be. But she just got out of the spa. She's going to go relax. And I had taken out a couple of different. I have my little feeder packs. Here's one for the next card. These are what my feeder packs look like. I just keep them in a I took out a couple of other little things because I thought maybe we'd want to add. Well, that's going to go down here. But I think, would we want to add a little shell in there, or is that more than we need? Well, I'm going to do it just so we can talk about fussy cutting. Sometimes we just want to do things so we have a
Are
reason.
they hidden underneath here?
Well, I had a little crab. I just had some other choices. So I thought we could talk about choices. Let's just do this little blue one. Really tiny, but look how easy this is to cut out. So these turtles are fussy cut. And just notice, the thing I want you to notice is that I'm moving the paper, not the scissors. I have my elbows on the table, and I am just, that is the biggest secret to fussy cutting. Okay, so I just put this on, and I'm going to pop her up, but I'm just going to stick it there. Okay, then we're going to pop her up. I think building scenes like this is pretty fun. So adorable paper. And if you do what I do and have a whole bunch cut out, then when I'm playing, so like when I did this, I just dumped out my packet and I had them out and just tried different things. And I think that is adorable. So here's going to be my thing. And from Northern Ireland. Well, how fun. Does that cottage at all look like anything in Ireland? So this is what we're talking about. I think it's so fun to have you here from across the way. Debbie said she has a large picture of a cottage and people in her living room. An old home interior picture. She had it once before and gave it to a thrift store. And then a year ago, she rebought it. Who remembers home interiors? That was a direct sales company from a long time ago. That is so fun, reminiscing about that. Okay.
Now, should you tape that down before you put that?
Yes, I should have, but I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do since I didn't.
Okay.
Because we don't all remember everything. You want to read to me where I'm scoring?
4, 8, 9. And 9 3/4.
See, we're doing this one more time after this, so everyone will have this down. And then I'm just going to fold it so we know. So we're going to start with the tent, and then we have the floor. So we first make the triangle, and then this part just goes down. And then you can have at it. Can I start talking about the next one while we're doing that, or is that going to be too confusing?
People want to watch.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, we'll watch you, and instead I'll work on the bottom here. And you can see this on this one. I'm using this was cut off the side. Here's part of that picture, and so I'm just using one of the little scrap piece, and I'm going to put this on the bottom. And this. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. And so a spa day for a birthday sounds wonderful. And then this is a little birthday cake that's going to be popped up next to it. And I didn't get that down enough. I didn't start my runner soon enough. So see, I'll just fix that. Now this one, I'm just going to roll over it because I don't care if it smashes it a little. I'm going to put this one on. This one I left a little longer because it was a side piece of something. So, it's just happenstance. It wasn't like a plan. Now, because I already put that on, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my tape on this part, and I'm just going to make sure I don't go too close to the edges. So now I will put this one on. So how fun is that? Okay, now we're just going to see if we can get them to stand right now first. And otherwise, just know that we played with them and they do stand. That was my whole reservation for today, that we're all up for a challenge. So it works well. Oh, and this one is interesting because I could have, now looking at it now, I didn't realize I would have cut a little more off the top because I forgot about this. It's okay because she's still down there and you see it. But that's always the fun about making a card because you always think, well, this is what I would do next time. Okay. Cute. You got yours to stand. Oh, I know. They both stand and they're adorable.
They are.
I'm going to do a picture of these side by side. And that'll be on the website. Okay. So we have one more. So I decided to use, because when I do quick cards, so this is actually what I like to do. See, I would just spread these out as I'm looking for things. You can put them back in. Just wanted to show that. So this is what I did for this one. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do this from memory now because I think you could all say this with me. We're going to go 4, 8, 9, and 9 3/4. And then I'm going to give this a Tim. So I make my tent first and then my base. And then I just slip this part down. Okay, so that goes to Tim's next job. And I just wanted to show you, this is what I decided to use. So this is going to be my base. I had one of these left from something else. So it was in this pack that I showed you, the feeder pack. And I thought, oh, that'll work because I will just layer it this way. So we're using really bright colors. And I have this color at the end. And then I'm going to have cheers at the bottom. And so what I picked out was 3 colors. I wanted to make sure I brought in the reds. And then this goes with this. So then I thought we will do this, and pop this one up. Perfect. And then I was thinking down here, look at all these choices. I'm going to let Tim decide, but we're going to try a few things here, or you guys can try deciding. These are little cutouts that I did from there too, but I thought they're just so cute to play with. So let's look at, see, we could have like 1 strawberry, or we could have a bunch of strawberry. Ooh, I think I like that. See, I didn't even try it. So you look at this, Tim. We've got this with cheers. We've got lemon and a lime. Let's move those around. I think playtime, I like that too. That's pretty fun. Or one can be behind. So we have that. We have a little, I think the flower is going to be, well, it'd have to be laying down. So maybe, well, we could, I think those are too big. So, or we have, and I don't think that's bright. I like these 2 the best.
I do too. And I think it's fun.
So what do you think?
I think it's 50-50. I thought I really liked the strawberries best, but that's actually.
Okay, so you guys vote. We'll see what comes in while I'm putting this together. So we're just going to go ahead and assemble these. The pieces are all the same. And I'm using a bunch of newer papers, which is just so fun. And they're all papers that kind of can stand alone. So we'll put these on. What are we getting? Strawberries, berries, lemon, berries. So far the berries have it. If you want lemons, you better get in there and vote, because otherwise.
Lemon and lime.
Otherwise, it is strawberries. Okay. Oh, now we're getting citrus slices. Oh, that's funny. Now that I said that.
Citrus slices, yes.
Okay, I'm going to do that and that, and this. This one should have probably been in a little more, but see, I'll just make it come in a little more, and then I'm going to pop this one up. I'm just talking to myself. You know.
She does that a lot.
I know. He'll hear me talking.
I respond.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He'll say, "Oh, did you want tea?" And I'll say, "Oh, yes, I did." I've got it down. Okay, this one's gonna go right there, and that one will be, yeah, that works.
Oh, did you want attention? No, she didn't.
And then I'm gonna put this on. And then this part. Oh, these are just so simple. And they don't look simple. I think that's what's really fun about it. Anything that's a fun fold, just kind of this paper is so fun. It stands alone. And this fruit paper is part of it. And so when I fussy cut, I cut out a few of these. I didn't cut out a ton because I'm not going to use a ton.
Strawberries win?
Strawberries won. But I like having a few choices. If I planned a card and I need more of them, then I would cut more. I just like having a few that I can play with and see what I think. I have to put that over the silicone mat so I can. Okay, I'm going to put a strawberry there, and then we'll pop these up. Oh, I don't remember what I did before, but okay, they're going to go like that. I think that is so cute. Oh,
you got too much?
I don't know. Let's look. No, not necessarily. Should we do that on the other side? Okay, we'll do that. Um, um, Jeannie says she's spending a few days at a fellow stamper's house working on cards, and they're both talking to ourselves more than to each other. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, let's put this one on too, because then we have everybody's choice.
That's a big empty space, just
Sure.
begging to be used.
And I think that's just the fun of
Working with your husband.
well, it is, or having a second person that you're. Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
Okay, I think we came up with a great total. Now you'll notice on these, I do not have. And the circle's perfect because by the time this lays down a little like that, you see the full circle. Now I could add some gems. I haven't added gems yet because I tend to do that the last, and then I'll look at this one. I think I will add a little sparkle too. I think the turtles to me seem totally done. So all of these will be on my blog tonight, and there will be a project sheet to download. I think it's so fun to just collect a few cards that you will use over and over again. Yeah, this was a fun spring summary look to it. So very fun. Let me know if you need anything. And thank you for spending this time with us. We actually had a fun. Oh yeah, and tell us what's your favorite? The turtles, this one, any of these. It's just kind of fun to see that. And I think by now, hopefully you're thinking about paper you have, and know that you don't need to use Stampin' Up! Stuff. We don't care what you use. We are really about using up your stash. Do this fold.
Not typing paper though.
And then you can try it. Hey, anything goes. Get a flimsy. I put 5 sheets of typing paper together, and then I made this card. No, but look through your stuff, because we all have stuff, and show us what you come up with. Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.